Hello and welcome to our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 318.
We woke up this morning here at Yacht Club and spent most of the morning rearranging our suitcases. Today is the last day my mom is in town, and she brought some stuff down for us, and she's also taking some things back to Indiana with her, such as our Halloween costumes that we won't be wearing anymore. She's also taking a few of our short sleeve shirts that we won't be wearing anymore because the weather has dropped. We're getting out a lot of our sweaters and things like that right now. So just trying to clear out our suitcases and also take anything that we want to keep. We've collected a few memorabilia things, especially that Ariel menu that we just got recently. We want to make sure we save that. And so all those things were sent with my mom so that we'd have a little more space in our suitcases.
When we were done squaring away all the suitcase stuff, we decided to walk over to Boardwalk. When we were on one of our evening walks, we noticed they were working on their gingerbread house. We wanted to go check it out and see if it was done yet, and it was. This is one of the most unique gingerbread houses, I feel like, because it's not a giant gingerbread like most of the displays are. This one is actually a miniature gingerbread display. It is the entire boardwalk made out of gingerbread and candies. It is incredible the amount of detail they put into this. Every little thing you could think of they put in here, including little people and little bakery items in the bakery. Just so many different little tiny details in here. It is so cool to look at.
We spent a little bit of time just looking at all of these amazing details because they put so much work into this. And we also checked out all the treats that they have because we love those bakery treats that these chefs come up with. After we looked at everything, got some pictures and video, we walked over to the store to see if there was anything new in there, and there was. They actually had a cute little Christmas tree in there with ornaments that you could write on and guests could say what they were celebrating. So we decided to write that we were celebrating living at Walt Disney World this year, so we wrote on our ornament, and we actually had a lot of fun reading what some of the other guests wrote as well. So many things being celebrated, anniversaries, birthdays. It was a lot of fun to see these. We headed back over to Yacht Club, and because we watched Frozen last night, we decided to watch Olaf's Frozen Adventure today. Again, making sure my mom understood all of the Frozen references in one of her favorite shows. So we watched that, enjoyed it. And then we had a little bit more time before it was time for my mom to leave. So we decided to watch Disney Freaky Friday, which if you don't know is different. This is actually the musical. Robert and I had never seen this, and the only reason we even knew about it was because of Festival of the Arts, the Disney on Broadway concert. They had some songs that they would sing and we didn't know what they were, which is really unusual for us because we know most of them. So we looked it up and found out it was from this musical that Disney then made into a movie. So we decided to watch it, and it was pretty good. Honestly, I like the songs more than anything. The story is great, I enjoy it. Of course, we all know the story of Freaky Friday, but I really like the songs the most. Once that movie was over, we did collect all of my mom's things, make sure she wasn't missing anything, visited for just a little longer before we walked her down to wait for Magical Express and said our goodbyes to her. It has been so great having my mom here. We've done so many different things and also just spent a lot of time just visiting and being together, which I have loved. We then went back to the room and got our stuff and walked all the way over to Epcot to Akershus because we have dinner tonight. Again, with those free $10 gift cards we have, we made a reservation for dinner and we're very hungry.
When we got inside, Belle was there to greet us as she was for breakfast, so we took some pictures with her and then went to our table, and they start off just like they do at breakfast with the buffet option. You have meats and cheeses, fruits, salads, breads, and some seafood as well. There's not a ton of things on the cold bar that we want, mostly because we really want the entrees. That's kind of what we're focused on. We were very excited to try dinner for free because we enjoyed breakfast more than we thought we were going to, but dinner is the thing that we had several years ago that we weren't big fans of, so we're excited to try it all again and see if we like it more this time than last time. Our server came around and asked what we would like because there is a menu you can order from, but it is a flat price. So we chose a few different things to kind of try between us. One was the pork tenderloin that I thought sounded amazing. It had an apricot glaze and some apple fennel slaw that was really good. I loved this. I thought it was a great dish. I don't know how Scandinavian or Norwegian it is, but I really enjoyed it.
And I ordered the potato dumplings, which just sounded like carbs on carbs, and it was a cold night. So this is exactly what I wanted, and it was very, very good. I really loved the flavor of this, and I made sure to eat all of it.
And we also ordered the Viking mixed grill, which came with little samples of the Norwegian meatballs, a sausage, and also salmon. We loved the salmon. It was very, very good, and the meatball was surprisingly good as well. It had a lingonberry sauce on it that we loved, and the mashed potatoes that came on it. Of course, Alyssa's favorite food is mashed potatoes, so that worked out well for her. The sausage was good, but it was just sausage, and the cabbage it was on tasted like cabbage, so could have left that one, but I love the meatball and I love the salmon. So overall, we were really, really happy with dinner. We were kind of not expecting to love it, but we really did.
And of course, while we were eating, the princesses came around. First up was Ariel. We got to talk to her for a minute and of course take some pictures with her and take a picture of her. Then Cinderella came around, so once again, we talked to her, took some pictures with her, and then took a picture of her. Next up was Snow White, and we got to talk to her for a minute, take some pictures with her, and take pictures of her. And last but certainly not least, my favorite princess, Aurora, came around, and so we talked to her for a little longer, and then took some pictures with her and took a picture of her. After we got to see all the princesses and finished our meal, it was then time for dessert. For dessert, they do a dessert sampler, so it's already preset. So they brought it out to us, and this had a chocolate mousse, which I really, really enjoyed. I could have done without the coconut because I'm not a big coconut person, but I really loved the mousse.
They also had a rice cream on there that had a strawberry sauce on top. It looked kind of like a rice pudding or a tapioca pudding. Our server told us it was something special for like special occasions over there. And I actually really liked it, but I also like rice pudding and tapioca pudding, and Alyssa does not. So she didn't care for this dish, but I really enjoyed it. And there was an apple cake that was pretty good. It was very cinnamony, but it was really good. I still preferred the rice cream though of anything else. When we were done with our meal, I did have to go with our server across the restaurant to the register to scan all of those little $10 dining cards over and over and over to pay for our meal. But hey, once again, it's a free meal, so we had to sign all of those receipts, and eventually we were able to leave the restaurant, although at this point the park had actually closed and we were one of the last ones in the restaurant. So I got a really good picture of the restaurant with no one around because I have that new phone that has the new camera on it, and as we left we realized there was no one around in the park at all. So I may as well put my phone camera to good use. We are walking back to the International Gateway to go back to Yacht Club, but instead of going through Mexico, Canada, and the UK to get to the International Gateway, we decided to take the long way around. I used the new night mode on my phone to take a picture here in Norway when we left, and I loved how it turned out. So I decided to take some more pictures in the other countries as we walked by. Went through China and I took a couple pictures there. I got an amazing reflection off the water. It is beautiful, one of my favorite pictures I've taken here in China, and it's with a phone, which is pretty crazy. We got over to Germany and there was no one in Germany either, so we took some pictures there of Germany. And then the last country we stopped in to take a picture was Morocco. As we got almost to the end, there was still nobody around, and I could not believe how good these pictures were coming out of my phone.
And as cool as it was to get these pictures, it was also kind of creepy that we were in the park this late with no one there, because it's not in the morning when the sun's coming up and you get to see everything. It's really dark in Epcot normally, but when there's just no one around, you're just kind of like feeling kind of eerie because there's just no one around, there's no noise from people and guests. But one of the cool things about this is we actually got to hear them practicing for Eat to the Beat the next day, which was a really cool thing that we got to hear, but it's also very late, and so we did continue going. We didn't stop and hang around to listen to that. We made it all the way over to Yacht Club and got ready for bed, and that was the end of our day today. So we'll see you tomorrow
for our Year with the Ears.